So we'll take it back to Skip and some of the boys. They rolled up to the fentanyl guy earlier, and they seen a Manor member there. They held up the Manor member. More Manor came through, wiped them out, took all their shit, right? Obviously, our boys moved on that. They got f***ed up. They made that decision. It's not really on the Manor. They were just reacting, right? So after time passes a little bit, me and Apple were just kind of like, it. Let's go over there. Let's go look at the fentanyl guy. Maybe we could see McGregor in them, right? We roll up. We don't see anybody. Next thing you know, Manor starts coming down. You know, I pull out my gun, start pointing it because I don't want to get, you know, rolled up on. We go over to the car. You know, we try to play that, you know, situation down like, yo, just want to get out of here. They start chasing us. They start shooting shots. Obviously leads back to Cypress. That's when we're radioing. I think the radio was a little bit up, but it is what it is. And obviously this is everything that just all happened. Got in the shootout there. A couple guys went down. Only one of ours went down. And I was able to take one of the guys. And, you know, we got him back. I talked with Manor. They're not upset about anything. They feel like as if, you know, with these type of events, things that happen in them stay in them, which is something that I kind of agree with. You know, this isn't something that should lead to a war just because, you know, we have the same opportunity and we all know what's going to happen going into it. So they're very, you know, chill about everything. I did take one of the guy's guns and I told him that just because of the fact of, you know, I mean, listen, we're kind of being really nice of giving their dudes back, you know. We could have just left them there and just said, F you. So I think it's better to talk about Shane. But I think one thing that I do want to talk about that we really need to work together on, and, you know, I'm curious to hear you guys' opinions. I feel like the #1 problem with our crew is there's too much hesitation. And I think it comes from a lot of fear of somebody up or, you know, somebody making a move and getting maybe, you know, bitched out for it. But I think we need to have a big meeting with the crew to kind of discuss when these situations happen, or if somebody has the advantage and we are actively in some shape, we can't circle around for 5 to 10 minutes. Are we holding this guy up? Are we shooting this guy? What are we doing? We just need to take advantage of the situation. And, you know, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Like, do you feel like our crew hesitates too much? And if so, why so?
100%.
Yeah. I think it's our biggest downplay. Yeah.
Inexperience in doing that exactly. Like, some people just haven't done it. So they're like, oh, I don't really know how to go about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I 100% agree.
I think majority of the crew is probably a little frightened, a little scared about.
Big shootout outside.
Okay, we should go check that.
I'm gonna call Skip real quick. He's pushing it. Like, when someone's down, he doesn't care. He will talk shit.
Is somebody let Octo in?
Closing the door. No, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
I can tell you in a bit.
I need to get a key after this.
Someone just needs to lock it, right?
I'll catch you.
I got it.
Yeah, Lang's just got to put you on the panel.
All right.
So when you mentioned hesitation, what part did it was? What are you referring to specifically on this?
Our crew hesitates way too much. I mean, there's so many times in Cypress where I feel like.
Oh, you're talking like in general, not today, or
no,
well?
In general, and today as well. Like, I mean, I feel like we were definitely better today. I think, but I'm not trying to seem like a golden boy, but what I'm saying is like, we need somebody in the crew to just be like, yep, go on that shit. And we need more people with that mentality, because in our crew, nobody wants to be the person to move on some shit, right? And I know it's easier for me to say it, because if I move on something, I'm not going to get any like hit back. You know, I understand that. But, you know, I can still get bitched out by the boys. And I just feel like our crew lacks the drive to kind of go out there and in those situations just really be the first star player. Like, there's people are too scared in our crew to go actually do something. Nobody wants to get kicked out. Nobody wants to get bitched out. like our crew needs to be more aggressive. We have everything but aggression. The only time we're aggressive is when we're in a car all together. But we need to learn how to be aggressive while solo and to take advantage of certain situations.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot at stake when it comes down to these decisions, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right.
I mean,
people calling the shots and shit.
I mean,
Sure.
Luce, you know, like, brother, hold on one sec. Hello?
I would say a lot of it, I feel like, comes from lack of preparation. I feel like if there's a lot of guns, a lot of ammo, a lot of mags, a lot of whatever is needed, armor,
Right.
all of it, that would boost the confidence in people wanting to go out there and do things. I don't know exactly how much of what we have exactly, but I always hear people needing guns. So I feel like that aspect in it, like if there is a lot, like a better way to be prepared, that would increase the confidence in people to just be more direct and take lead and take point in things, you know? Because I agree with you. There is a lack of quote unquote aggression and in doing things. There is hesitation.
Yeah. There's a lot of it. And like I was about to say to Luce, like, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, I haven't been around a lot, you know what I mean? And rarely ever kind of doing stuff with you guys, but it's not because I don't want to. It's just I'm never really here. But the times that I have been here and the things that I have noticed in the short amount of time is that there is a lack of people just going out there and taking advantage of the situation when we have the upper hand. Because I feel like what happens is we have the upper hand, people are too scared to move on it, and then what happens is we get in our ass.
You lose a moment.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
then we get and then we lose our guns, we lose all of our shit, and then we get pushed back, and it just makes, you know, it brings the crew morale down, and it's not good. So and you're saying you feel like you know, kind of our prepping and all that shit is a little down as well.
I feel like, I mean, I don't mind focusing on that. Like I've done a lot of hunting to try to get like armor up and things like that, because I want everybody to be prepared. I want, if something happens, some situation, whether it be like an event like this or a war, because we're constantly in one, I want people to know that they are covered, that they can get a gun, they can get ammo, they can have armor and go out there and protect themselves and protect everybody else. But there's a lack of that. Not everybody has a gun right now. You ask someone in a room randomly who has a gun, not everybody's going to be prepared. So
why is that so? And I mean, Clark, I feel like you might know the answer to this, or Luce. Why is it that our crew is out there with no guns? What's stopping this right now? And I know, you know, obviously materials and all that for crafting ammo and all this shit. I know we could probably only do one run a week for, I mean, ammunition. Is it the rate that we're losing guns? Is it, you know, what's kind of the situation there? Is it a money thing?
We have just been in constant back-to-back wars, and it has not been good for us. A lot of equipment has been lost. That's the majority of it.
Yeah.
Even like a ammunition contract is once a month, unless you focus on trying to win the bids that come up. If you win those, then there's a possibility of getting more, but that again is a bid. It's not a guaranteed thing like the 1 month ammunition contract you get.
I mean, you saw it the other day, Tony. We went on a contract, right?
Yeah.
We got intercepted by Hydra. Four of our guys went down with guns.
Yeah.
All those guns were lost. We got 5 guns out of that contract. We were up maybe just 1 gun. So
wow,
that is true. Armory wise, things are tight, very tight. A gun right now is like gold, right? So it's
okay.
That could play a big part in the hesitation, but at the same time, with more confidence, that wouldn't be an issue. I agree 100%, right? So
yeah,
it's all about being a little bit more confident.
I know this sounds maybe a little, you know, stupid, but maybe not. I didn't know. I mean, I knew guns were hard to come by. I didn't know that you only get 5 per crate, and that only happens once a month. I come in here and I grab a gun like it's nothing. To be honest, I'm just gonna keep it a stack. But you know, in all my time in the city, you know, guns were, easily obtainable after amount of time. So, you know, little problem there. But what do we think about the guns down at the sewers? I mean, these are $7,500 a pop. I feel like having our crew being able to have something at least to defend themselves with might be a little bit better. I don't know the limit on buying those guns down at the sewers, if anybody knows.
I think they're trying to find out.
Me and Speedy were talking about it.
Yeah.
We assume it's probably like a once a week thing. But
Okay.
there's 40 of us, so
Yeah, but
especially
if
you figure
one
out that-
if one person can be responsible for getting their own gun, then I think that's good enough, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
And
my
Yeah.
boy Rat King, I think he was calling me while we were fighting them, and he can. I think he's probably got some information he's trying to tell me because he's telling me to give him a call.
all right, let's give him a
So,
call after this
Hopefully
meeting.
we can get an answer for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, besides all this shit, I mean, go ahead, Apple.
me and Speedy have talked about it a couple times. It's a lack of care sometimes as well. I think there's people that do have guns and or take guns that just take them around for anything, right? Like me,
Yeah.
I really only carry a gun on me if I'm like cleaning or doing a job, right? That's like
Right.
important. But if not, like for an example, when we went boosting earlier, like yesterday, right? I just had a crowbar on me. I think sometimes people have guns on them and just forget to put them away, and then eventually they start shit by themselves and lose guns one by one by one. And especially like in wars, right? You have somebody like Yaya running around by himself with his gun, and he gets robbed within 3 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What can he really do? It's just a lack of care sometimes.
But at
I
some
feel
point,
like-
it's common sense. You know, if you're in the middle of a war and you're not with anybody, you're by yourself. There's no reason why you shouldn't have your gun on you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a lick for anybody to come in and get it. And a lot of people do that. They always ask me, "Should I have my gun on me?" I'm like, "You're by yourself. No." But if you're rolling around with people and you're going to be whatever it may be, hunting or whatever, then yes, of course, you need to have your gun.
Yeah.
I'll also interject that.
that
I
is
missed it in the morning.
true. But I agree, PD. There's a problem though, right? Is that if you want to go with the mentality of like, yeah, being alone, and I agree with you, you are a walking lick, and you can get run up on, especially like, let's say you know, just starting out of the city, somebody doesn't really know who you are, you don't really have a rep or
Mhm.
anything, you know what I mean? Like, it is much easier for somebody to come up to you and hate you, right?
Yeah.
Versus if you go up to like Rami, aren't gonna hit Rami, you know what I mean? They know if they do that, some shit's gonna lead to a crazy area. That's the same
Yeah.
with Loose. That's the same with all the boys, right? It's because
Mhm.
we've been here for a while. People kind of know that. But if we don't carry the guns on us, and some shit pops off, do you really want to go back to your house to grab your
Yeah.
gun? And then you know what I mean? So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? And that's really the problem here. So I think the cheaper guns, if we can figure out with the Rat King or whatever the his name is, to get those cheaper guns, give it to our crew, or they go buy them themselves. I've heard it's $7,500. That's not a lot. You can make that. That's pretty easy. And everybody would be strapped.
Yeah, honestly, if they want a gun, they're gonna have to be down in the sewers to get it because it's by person, by individual basis. So there's no reason for someone not to have a gun if you can just go to the sewers, spend a little time in there, and just get it.
Me
Yeah.
and Speedy were talking about it, but we have 40 people. If we have everybody work down there and get their shit ready, like every week that's 40 plus guns. We usually is
That
like,
is true,
at least,
PD.
like 2-3
But we
weeks
don't
before
work,
some
bro.
shit happens, we'll be saved up on like 100 plus guns if everybody actually goes and does it. So
What's the firepower on those things though? Are they
shit
weak
probably
as fuck?
hits like
No idea.
You remember Diamondbacks? I guarantee you it's like that.
Yeah, I would think the same shit.
That's not.
Yeah.
It's not bad, right?
It's not terrible, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing type shit.